Hi everyone, today I'm going to take you through a quick overview of Google's new Gemini tools that can be found in Google Classroom. Now you don't need to specifically use these with Google Classroom, but this is where you can locate them and use them and even export them to Google Classroom, save them to your drive, whatever you need to do. So in your Google Classroom on your main page, you'll notice there is now a Gemini tab. So if you click on that, you will open Google's new AI tools for educators. So in total, there are 27 different tools, each with a specific purpose and function. You may notice that some of them have these sort of icons listed next to them, and I'll explain what those are. And then some of them have the sort of Gemini sort of diamond symbol next to them, and those work a little bit differently here. So for example, you can see there's tons to choose from. So I'm going to start with these ones that have the icons next to them. So let's just say I wanted to generate a quiz, for example. I can click on Generate Quiz, and what these prompts do, or this AI tool does, is it just sort of focuses you in a little bit, gives you some specific targets. So I could say, grade 7, design, let's just say 5 questions, and I could just say adding and subtracting integers, for example. Again, I could be a little bit more specific. I could copy and paste outcomes from the math guide, whatever it might be. But let's just start with this for something simple, and I'll hit generate learning outcomes. So what Gemini is going to do is it will generate some learning outcomes. Again, great thing about this, these are all editable. Again, I could put more specific ones that are right from the curriculum guide. But let's just say these are great. They work for me, but again, always have a look at those and edit them as needed. You can delete any, and then you'll see I have options for the types of questions, and you can select. Maybe I'll do some multiple choice, maybe a short answer. I've only picked 5 questions, so we'll see what it generates, and I will just hit generate questions. And so what Gemini will do now is it will give me some questions here. Okay, some multiple choice ones. It shows me the correct answer. Even though I did put in, there's a short answer one right here. So what will happen now is you can do a couple things. You can always go back to the top here, and you can go back to edit details. So I can go back and, maybe I want 10 questions. Maybe I want to change some of these suggested learning outcomes, whatever it might be. You can edit those as you see fit. I'll just leave them as they are. And when I come back to what Gemini has created for me, I can now take these and I could export them. There's an option to copy and paste, but I can hit export. And again, great thing is I can export into a classroom that I have. I can put them in a Google Doc or even put them right to forms. And then it'll just generate a form for me, and it will, from that form, I can do whatever I need to do with it. So that's sort of the first set of tools in Gemini. The next one is, I'm not going to save these here for now, are these other ones that have the Gemini symbol next to it. So these are a little bit more in depth, and it will essentially have the Gemini AI tool sort of chat and interact with you to kind of shape whatever it is you're trying to create, and it'll ask you questions, guide you in a certain way. So let's say I wanted to create some math story word problem. So I can click on that. And essentially what it's doing is it's opening the Gemini app for me. The Gemini app can also be found in your Waffle or by going to gemini.google.com. So you'll see now it's sort of guiding me. The first task that I did with those with that Google form I created, it was very specific. It really, had a few base criteria I had to fill in. Where this one is giving me a lot more things. So it says it's really giving me a lot to read through, giving me a bit more context. I can reply to it, give it context in terms of what kind of math problems I want to create, a little bit what I teach, maybe if I want to integrate certain parts of the problems to connect to my students in their classroom. So it will kind of give me a back and forth sort of conversation until I get to a point where I've created something that I like. And then again, I'll have those options to copy and paste, share out, whatever it is I want to do. So this one, again, these are a little bit different. It takes you to Google Gemini, and it's a little bit more in depth, but really guides you to shape and create tools that'll be useful for you and your students. So there it is, quick little guide to get started. Give it a try. You'll see there's, again, a lot of tools to choose from. As always, read through what it produces for you, but it certainly could be a great starting point to create many great resources for your classroom.